Welcome back to Scaling to the Enterprise series. I'm an AR architect at ServiceNow, and today we're tackling the topic that quietly kills more AI programs than any technical failure: governance. Not because governance is bad, but because the way most organizations approach it turns into a wall instead of a foundation. By the end of these 10 minutes, you'll have a concrete, lightweight model that you can actually implement without needing a committee of 15 people at a 6-month review cycle. Let's start with the paradox. Here's what I see in organization after organization. Pilot goes well, the business is excited, and then everything slows down. The first reason is fear, not of the AI itself, but of the unknown. When security and compliance teams haven't built an AI-specific framework yet, the default answer is no or not yet. That's a rational response to uncertainty. Our job isn't to override it, it's to replace the uncertainty with clarity. The second problem is process mismatch. Most approval workflows were designed for an annual software release or major system changes. They simply aren't built to handle the pace of AI, where new prompt templates, new use cases, and new integrations might land every 2 or 3 weeks. The third issue is ownership ambiguity. Who actually owns AI governance? Is it IT, legal, risk, business unit? When everyone has a stake and no one has authority, project sits in queues indefinitely. The result, AI sits in an approval queue while the business gets impatient, and confidence in the program starts to erode. This is fixable, but you have to name the problem first. Let's make the contrast concrete. On the left, you have heavyweight governance. And I want to be fair, every item in that left column comes from a legitimate concern. Full risk reviews, security sign-offs, quarterly reviews, these aren't wrong. They're just calibrated for a world where AI changes slowly and all use cases carry equal risk. On the right, lightweight governance doesn't remove oversight. It recalibrates it. The key insight is risk tiering. Not every AI use case deserves the same level of scrutiny. A analysis skill that summarizes ITSM tickets is a very different risk profile from an agent that autonomously closes change requests. So we treat them differently. Lightweight governance also shifts from periodic reviews to continuous monitoring. And if you're checking in on AI behavior weekly through dashboards and Guardian is logging every decision in real time, you don't need a quarterly committee meeting to catch problems. You catch them in real time. And critically, ownership moves from a central committee to distributed product teams operating within defined guardrails. That's how you scale. Now, let's talk about lightweight governance actually looks like in practice. 3 pillars. The first pillar is visibility. Users and your compliance team need to know when AI is acting on their behalf and what it did. This isn't optional. It's the foundation of trust. If people can't see AI's action, they can't trust them. And if your compliance team can audit them, they'll block them. Now Guardian logs every AI decision. Who triggered it, what data it accessed, what action it took. This isn't theoretical. It's queryable, exportable, and available to managers and audit teams on demand. The practical move here is make the audit trail visible to more people, not fewer. Transparency accelerates trusts far faster than perfecting the AI itself. The second pillar is the one that takes the most mental shift. Guardrails should enable, not block. Most organizations think of guardrails as a fence around AI, defining what it can't do. I want you to think of them as a runway, a defined space where AI can act with confidence and when it knows how to hand off to a human. In Guardian, you can control AI behavior at a topic level. That means you can allow AI to draft knowledge article, but require a human review before it's published. You can allow AI to recommend a change, but not approve it. The controls are granular enough to match your actual risk tolerance. And critically, these guardrails should evolve. Use a trust tier model. Observe first, then assist, then automate. As AI proves itself in the observe phase, you can review its outputs and find them accurate. You promote it to the next tier. This is how you build institutional confidence. The third pillar is the one most people skip. Governance as a continuous feedback loop, not a one-time gate. Once AI is in production, you need monthly quality reviews. Look at accuracy rates, user feedback scores, any instance triggered by AI actions. Look at where guardrails are too tight, cases where AI was blocked but shouldn't have been, and look at where they're too loose. The metrics I track timing queue before AI actions are reviewed, override rate by use case, and instant rate. If overrides are high, AI isn't confident enough yet. If instants are up, guardrails may need tightening. The point is, make governance a living system, not a document that sits in SharePoint. Now, let's talk about the conversations you need to have. Every AI program I've worked on hits the same objections from security and compliance teams. Let me give you the answers. Security will ask, we can't audit what AI does. The answer is, Guardian logs every decision in your own instance with full attribution. It's not a black box. They'll ask about data access. The answer is scope controls. Guardian lets you define exactly what data each AI topic can and cannot touch. You define the boundary, AI operates within it. On liability, for higher risk actions, you build human-in-the-loop steps. AI recommends, a human approves. That's not a governance failure, that's good design. On the compliance side, GDPR and privacy concerns come up constantly. The answer is that Now Assist runs entirely within your ServiceNow instance. There's no external model training on your data. Your data doesn't leave your environment. When they ask for policy documentation, point them to Guardian's exportable configuration. That is your policy enforced in code. And when they ask for a change management process, that's where observe mode is your best friend. Start there. No automated actions, just AI recommendations that humans review. It's the lowest risk entry point, and it's deeply reassuring to cautious stakeholders. Before I close, here's a concrete starter kit. 5 steps that you can take in your next sprint. Step 1, appoint a single AI governance owner, not a committee, one accountable person. Committees create shared ownership, which in practice means no ownership. Step 2, define your AI risk tiers. What goes through full review? What can be fast-tracked? A simple 3-tiered model, low, medium, high, is enough to start. Step 3, stand up Now Assist Guardian as your enforcement baseline. This is the technical implementation of your policy. Step 4, establish a 30-day review cadence, not annual, not quarterly, monthly, because AI evolves fast and your governance needs to keep pace. Step 5, publish your governance model internally, share it with stakeholders. Transparency builds trust far faster than any technical proof point. I want to leave you with this. Good governance isn't a gate. It's the foundation that lets AI move faster and safely. The organizations that scale AI fastest aren't the ones with the least governance. They're the ones with governance that's precise enough to give AI a clear runway and confident enough to let it use it. Thanks for watching. In the next video, we'll talk about building organizational trust in AI agents, the human and change management side of this equation. See you there.